trying to get it, man. Get your tail, it's a different lane. When you playing for the winning team, RP to Mr. Wayne's. Bang, bang, we gon' win the game. Core crank, hit you with your pain.
I be spitting real, you be spitting backwash, yeah. So I'ma have to ask you all to back off. Hitters in my DMs try to hit me with the caps lock, cause I'm always beastin' on the camera like the Sasquatch. Waiting till I blow, y'all gon' see me blast off, yeah. And y'all gon' see in front like they ain't act hard.
Well, hello. Welcome everyone to the For the Love of Details. It is Monday night and I'm so happy that you guys are choosing to spend it with me. I see a lot of regulars in the house. Shout out to all of you guys. Humberto, I see Dragon, David Boyce. We have Adrian in the house. We have Slick. We have Conway. I think I saw Adamo, Ghost. Thank you guys so much for being here. I think I saw Conway already made a comment about having an old guy in the house. And I'll tell you what, this is an OG guy. I'm not going to call him an old guy. He might kick my butt, but I will call him an old OG. Someone who has been in the game for, I honestly think almost 50 years, if I got that correctly. And I am so excited to talk to him, and I know you guys are too. So I say, let's get the party started and bring in Mr. Titan Tim.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
Great. How are you, Kristi? Hi, everybody.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. It's a Monday. It's always a Monday. You know, I had a case of the Mondays earlier, but I'm happy now being here sitting with you. I'm so excited to have you with me tonight. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I had a pretty manic Monday. I did 5 big vehicles in a row, 5 days in a row, and just finished up a Jeep and had a lot of fun. And actually, I used Purifica.
Oh, okay.
Labocosmetica, the acidic, for the first time on some water spots in this Jeep. It came out amazing.
Yeah.
Stuff's great.
Lavo has some heavy hitters, man. I still feel like Lavo is a little bit underrated. I still don't feel like enough people talk about how great Lavo is. I'm not sure. Do you use any of their other products, or is that the first product you've kind of delved into?
Yeah, I've used a few other ones. I used their Neuro Tire Shine, and I used Primus 2.0, which is really good, cleans really good. So yeah, great stuff.
They have some real bangers. I see, I think Eddie's in the house. Did I see Eddie? What's up?
Eddie, what's up, man?
Wes, hello, everybody. Well, I am so excited to get to talk to you. And, you know, we've been talking a little bit, you know, throughout the week and whatnot. And I keep learning more and more about you. You hit me with something today that just kind of blew my mind. And I feel like I've heard you talk about it before. But before we get into what you're all about, let's kind of talk about just where you come from. You have been in the game for 48 years. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, I have a picture on my Instagram and I think Facebook of me with my hand on my green 1972 Cutlass Supreme. And that picture is from 1979 on graduation day. And you look at my red robe and you can see it shining perfectly clear on the front fender.
Yeah.
So I don't need proof, but there's proof. I've been doing it forever.
There you go. There you go. So how did you get into detailing? I know we kind of, and I'm sure you've given your origin story before, but I haven't heard it. And I want to know what sparked your interest in this game here of auto detailing?
Yeah, when I was like 12 or 13, you know, I watched and helped out my dad, you know, spread turtle wax on his Ford Galaxy 500, all the time. And I helped him all the time. And I mean, it was a lot of work because, it's white and chalky and just, it was terrible stuff. But I mean, it helped a little bit. So yeah, that's just kind of started it. And, I always a car guy. And, I used to do a lot of, racing and stuff like that, but in Mexico, of course. But I mean, I just always worked on cars, did my own brake jobs and rebuild carburetors and transmission work and stuff like that. And help rebuild Camaros and just.
So wait, did you just say racing in Mexico? Did I hear that right?
Well, yeah, that's the only place you can really race,
So what kind of racing are we talking about?
Oh, street racing, kind of like fast and furious, but not without the trouble.
Okay, so you've done some street racing in Mexico.
Yeah.
Wow. How long ago was that? How long has it been since you've done that?
Well,
yesterday? No, just
Mexico is a a little euphemism. It's not really, wasn't really racing in Mexico, but no, when I was young, you're 16.
You're so seriously here right now, Tim.
16, 17 years old, I mean, that's what you do is you go downtown and just race other cars and hang out and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. And you are in South Carolina. You're in Myrtle Beach?
Yes. Yep. Myrtle Beach, Conway area, 3 miles from where Sock is moved.
Yes, I was just going to ask about that. So Sock, is he all the way moved in yet? I know his family's there, but is he there?
He's like 95% there. He's going to be moving in less than a week permanently.
Okay.
And I already got a job for him.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah, so, he's gonna be introduced to the Myrtle Beach way. It's gonna be an RV.
Okay, Sock is in the house. There he is. I am close by. So you already have some clients lined up for him. Are you going to help him get going, I assume?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's done one RV before, but he's got to get used to the mildew of the South.
Oh, okay. So that's a big problem in the South?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like Eric and Charleston Detail is here. Yeah. It's pretty bad. You gotta use special process and all that stuff, but he can make a lot of money doing RVs if he wants to do them. So I'm gonna set him up. I'm gonna show him how I do it. He can do it however he wants. It's gonna be his job, his money. Okay. Yeah. What the heck?
Hey, why not? Right. I wonder if Sock has he ever done an RV? I would say no, right? He probably hasn't.
I think he said he did one.
I was going to say probably not a lot of motorhomes running around.
Yeah. But Eileen, she's got a lot of videos on it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Eileen loves them. Actually, I think she used to hate them, but I think she's starting to love them a little more because she seems to be doing more and more.
Right.
And she was good at them. You said something to me earlier in a text message that I'm going to kind of start the show with because it really interested me. And I know that you are an auto detailer, but what has your other career been?
Both military electronics and medical device engineering. So working with developing computer chip processes, surface mount technology, computer boards, all kinds of stuff. Started really young because that's kind of, how I was. Yeah. So I built like guidance systems for aircraft and submarines and ships and stuff like that. So like the F-14 and the Wild Weasel. Okay. So computer chips for them. So
you're one smart cookie, Tim.
What's that?
You said you're one smart cookie then.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, you mentioned to me, we've got to talk about this, that you developed the world's first adaptive rate pacemaker.
Yes.
What is that all about?
Yeah, I was in military electronics. My director left and went to Cardiac Pacemakers Incorporated, which is a subsidiary of Eli Lilly. And he came down and he says, all the pacemakers are set by the EP at one rate. So if somebody needs like 70 beats per minute, they're always set at 70 beats per minute. And he says, we want to develop the world's first adaptive rate pacemaker that increases and decreases your heart rate with more moving or less moving you do. It's like, really? He said, Tim, you can figure it out. I know you can figure it out. It's
Wow.
like, okay, so I go ahead and interview, got the job, went up there, did all the development work on it and the robotics, and developed the process, tested the process, with the approved protocol and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and did the testing, got the results, held the get-togethers, went over all the statistical analysis. It passed and submitted it to the FDA.
Wow. That is pretty amazing. So how long were you in military electronics? What was that? How long was that career stint?
That was from 1981 through 81 through 91. I had a top secret special intelligence clearance, had to do a polygraph and all that stuff. It's okay for me to say it.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so then after 1991, then I went to Eli Lilly. Yep.
Wow. That is pretty cool. So were you detailing throughout all of this, like on the side?
Yeah. On my own, neighbors, friends, do my boats, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, other people's boats, you name it, really.
Okay. And you did it for money even back then, or when did you become shine your light detailing?
I became an LLC here in South Carolina several years ago.
Okay.
But before that, I wasn't a company, but I did a lot of testing and, like I had a nice black GMC Sierra pickup, and I would buy like different polishes and different waxes and all that stuff. I'd take the side of the bed of the truck and do like 8 different polishes and waxes and compare them all and shine a really strong, intense light on them and see which one made the paint look the blackest. And it's like that one. So that's the one I did my vehicles with and did other neighbors and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's very cool. So, gosh, with almost 50 years in the industry, Tim, you have seen things change. You've seen things evolve. Let's kind of talk about that. Would you call yourself an old school detailer? Do you feel like you still do things the old school way, or have you kind of changed with this new technology and the new things coming out? What do you feel about detailing today compared to back then?
Definitely changed, without a doubt. I'm always on the cutting edge. I watch pretty much everyone's video during coffee early in the morning and, whatever else. But I mean, I'm Dimitri's Garage. He's got some great testing.
Oh my God,
love the testing.
So scientific, right?
Yeah. He rated Chronos really high and, a whole bunch of other ones too, and Pans 8-year and all that. But so I keep up on everything. I only use the best products. I don't mess around, and you really can't mess around because, just like somebody famous said, well, you want averages, you're the best of the lousiest and the lousiest of the best.
Oh, there you go.
So I mean, why use medium grade stuff? And everybody can do whatever they want, but for me, if I'm going to do something, I want to do it right, or just let somebody else do it. Yeah.
I totally agree. Are you one to try a lot of new products all the time, or are you one that just kind of likes to stick with what you know?
Yeah, I've got products like up, where.
Too many. Ooh,
one of the new ones.
That is
Lab.
Is it the ceramic detailer?
Hybrid ceramic detailer. That stuff is great. It's great in the sun and doesn't streak in the sun, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't tried that.
It's worth it. It really is.
But I've heard a lot about it. I do have the Pure Wash and the Rinseless, which I think are pretty good, but that's all I have of Fine Lab. I do have the wheel coating, although I have not used that yet.
Cool. So. Yeah. Conway's here too, and he likes Fine Lab as well. So he's kind of like a brother from another, pretty much.
Yeah, we love Conway. Conway is amazing. So I know that you are big into ceramic coatings. You do a lot of polishing. It's kind of like your thing. So let's kind of get into that. So do you have a preference? Let's start with polishing. Dual action or rotary? What do you prefer?
I have both. I use both, and I default to dual action.
Do you?
Yep.
Yes. I still haven't used a rotary. I have them. In fact, I have like 2 of them.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's really not. There's a lot of great videos on it. Ivan's got some videos,
Yes, he
how to
does.
do it right without swirling and stuff like that. But yeah, rotary's great. Yep. I got a default rotary. Yep.
Very nice. And so when you are, let's see, how many cars do you say you do a week? Do you keep yourself pretty busy?
Yeah, it was 5 out of 5 days at cars. I don't have any this week, but there's a lot of rain coming. So,
Okay.
So yeah, it's really all over the place. I mean, sometimes I'll do 7, sometimes I'll do 1, not many, very often 1 though. And I don't really do any advertising. It's pretty much word of mouth.
Okay.
Google isn't, and Sock's going to find out, but Google isn't very strong down here.
Okay.
I get 1 or 2 jobs a year from Google. It's
Wow.
just, it's not.
That's it? Wow.
That's all. And I'm busy all the time. Google has got almost no influence down here at all.
Wow.
It's mainly Facebook and word of mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about polishes and pads, and then we'll get to ceramic coatings. What are your go-to polishes and pads right now? What are you using?
Well, as far as pads, my favorite one is the Visor Yellow.
Visor Yellow.
And
Okay.
a lot of people use the orange, and the orange is great, but it's kind of on the hard side, and it doesn't quite comply to the curves. You gotta comply to the curves and all that. And it finishes better too. But even on flat paint, it compresses to the paint better.
Okay.
And where the orange and some of the harder ones will kind of ride on top a little bit, you're not getting the same quality cut. You're getting a different cut, and it's okay, but it's not the same quality. So that's my number 1 pad right now.
Okay. And what about polishes? Are you using this Visor polishes with that, or what are you using?
I haven't tried them yet. I would love to try them. As far as a finishing polish, Phoenix EOD, fabulous finishing polish, is great, especially in the hot sun. No problems with that whatsoever. Papa Cut's really good. It's a little bit medium to wipe off in the sun. It's not really slick in the sun, but it's really good. It cuts great.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And my total favorite, absolute, in fact, was it Conway? Somebody wanted me to name my top 3 products if you had me on.
Oh, I actually have that as one of the, one of the questions in here.
Well, we're going to give away one of them, right? Not give away, but say one of them right now. Fine Lab A50.
Oh, okay. I think he likes that one too.
Unbelievable.
Oh, good.
Super heavy cutting, but it finishes real glossy. Just like Papa Cut finishes real glossy.
Yeah.
This is stronger than Papa Cut.
Yeah.
So when you really got to go to town, that's my first choice. And my main choice is, if I don't have to go crazy, would be Papa Cut. Yep.
I have used Phoenix's polishes. I did use Papa Cut. It got a little grabby for me. So that, but again, I am not like a master polisher. I still have a lot to learn. So could have been more user error than anything. But, I do like the gloss and wax though. Gloss and wax is pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's like Dimitri says, it looks pretty.
Yeah. I've heard Eddie talk about that Fine Lab A50. So I think that is on the House of Rags too, isn't it? I think that is.
Yes.
I think that's one of the ones that is available.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Absolute banger product.
Nice. What about ceramic coatings? I know that you're big into Kronos. I know you like Kronos, correct?
Yeah. Kronos, especially version 2, it's real easy to wipe off, very glossy, doesn't really leave high spots. And, in the high heat and humidity, you kind of got to wipe it off, within 45 seconds or a minute.
Yeah.
And that doesn't affect long term because I got a car outside right now that I put Kronos on 3 years ago.
Wow.
And the water just flies off of it. Just crazy.
Wow.
And then my Shelby GT500, I put Kronos on a year ago. And I've done a couple videos on in the water, just total water action. You get thousands of views and all that. And
that's awesome.
Cool. But,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. My favorite one is what I would recommend to people if they want is the Phoenix EOD Immortal.
Okay.
It's the 7H ceramic, and I spray it onto the microfiber, and then I wipe it down on the car and that, and then I do about a half of a car, and then I come back and start wiping it off, and then I do the other half of a vehicle, and then come back and wipe that one off.
Okay.
And it's beautiful looking. It lasts, they say it lasts around a year. I did a Ford Ranger and I did a follow-up wash on it 2 years after Immortal.
Yeah.
I keep it in the garage, some, not always, but some. And 2 years, it was still on. It was still beating water.
Okay. And you can use that in the interior too, can't you? Immortal?
Yes. Yeah. Hawaii Tim. I don't know if he's in here or not, but Hawaii Tim uses it on the headliner, everywhere pretty much. So yeah, it's really versatile.
I was going to say that too. Hawaii Tim has always, sang its praises. So I'm not sure if he's in here, but every time I think of Immortal, I always think of Hawaii Tim.
Yep. It's great.
So funny too, in the beginning when I first got into, this industry, it took me a minute to understand who Hawaii Tim and Titan Tim was. I'm like, wait a minute, there's too many Tims.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, very, very cool. What's up? I think Carlos is in the house.
Yeah, Carlos. Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to Carlos much. I got to talk with that guy more. You hardly ever connect. Yeah, and a local guy, Frostbite Mobile Auto Detailing.
Oh,
follow that dude. He is a smooth dude.
Nice.
He's great. He buys my Tim's High Gloss Detailer, and we're gonna give this away. By the way,
we are
2 of them.
We are.
So,
yeah, Carlos. I was just gonna say, so funny. I don't know if he's mad at me or not. Carlos, don't be mad. When I made the last video I did on YouTube talking about not to use Dawn, I thought of Carlos while I was doing it too. I was like, oh, I'm going to hear from Carlos. Dawn for life.
Yeah, right.
So thank you for still coming on to the podcast, Carlos. Hopefully you don't hate me.
Yeah, actually Frostbite and Frostbite Auto Detailing and Detailing Made Simple Frostbite. That's Socrates, and he is actually moving to the area here. So you will meet him for sure.
Very cool.
Aaron is here as well. So you got to use the best products. You don't want to skimp when people trust you with one of their major purchases of their life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we kind of we're kind of, I don't know, I kind of like to kind of let this go kind of unleashed, but we kind of talked about in the title and all that is like how we're relating to customers and all that.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yes.
Because I pretty much get every job that I bid or talk to people about. And it's really important because you got to get the job first, right?
Yes.
But what people really like is when you listen to them and respect them. When you first meet them, have your business card ready and present it to them, face up, facing them. And that's a Japanese way. Because I was in Japan when I bought some robotics, and you have to present your business card with both hands facing the other person.
Yes. Okay.
Now, detailers, you don't have to present with both hands. One hand's good enough. But I mean, always face the business card towards the customer and show up in your shiniest car possible.
Okay. Yeah. They don't want to see you in a dirty car, right?
No, of course not. Yeah. Here you come up with a car, you get all brown headlights and, half full oxidation or whatever. It's like, really?
Maybe that's why
Oh.
nobody wants me to detail their car right now. Because if you saw mine, Tim, you'd cry. My car is awful right now. It's so bad.
You're busy, but I mean, but in general, first impressions are everything. I don't care if you're volunteering or what you're doing. First impressions are number one.
Yeah.
And if you show up on time, give them your business card, they see your car, they immediately they immediately comment on your car.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And a lot of them will say pretty much like, if you can do that to a car, you can do mine.
Yes. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, we've talked a little bit about the analogies that you have, and I know you have quite a few. And it's this whole idea of you thinking, and your thoughts, I think, are 100% valid, that we need to educate our clients in a way that they understand. So hit us with some of your analogies, because you actually had some really cool ones that, even made me understand, where I was thinking like, oh, I never thought of it like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So when you're talking to somebody, about, putting ceramic on their car, either, before the process or after or whatever, you talk about cure times and, you don't wash it for a week or whatever, but, you kind of use analogies to relate with people. And even like before you're getting the job too, is, ceramic, think of it like, how cement cures. You put the cement down, you can walk on it several hours later, but it's not fully cured. So, it takes a few days for it to cure before you can actually drive on it and stuff like that. So, it just helps people go, oh, okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a good one. Paint correction is like exfoliating your face.
Yeah, that's the one you had mentioned to me during our conversations. I'm like, hey.
Yep. So, if you relate to people, I mean, you're going to understand who you're talking to. Yeah. And, if it's, exfoliation of your face or if it's, like you're sanding down some rough wood, well, you're going to start with sandpaper of like 120 grit, for example. Well, or 80 grit. Well, that's not going to leave you a nice smooth finish when you're just using 80 grit sandpaper. You have to go up to like 600 or maybe 1,000 or whatever. Yeah. Well, paint correction is kind of like that in a way. And then a lot of people go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, now I understand, Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah. I mean, all kinds of other things.
Look what Carlos says. Yeah. I just take my shirt off and tell clients, okay, hose me down. Yeah. Beating off my body. That's what the coating will do. Sorry, I had to put that one up there because that was funny, Carlos.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So the other thing too is when you're talking about long-term durability of ceramic and how it looks and stuff like that, and beating of water, I'll mention like longer term is ceramic. It's kind of like a shower stall. You take a shower and you don't clean your shower stall, it just builds up minerals over time. Builds up minerals, looks duller, and the shower stall surface is still there. It's covered up by the minerals, but it's still there. Well, ceramic coating is when you ceramic coat a vehicle and years down the road, if it's just flooding water and it's not there, it doesn't appear to be there. You clean it with the acidic soap or, various other things. Energo by Labocosmetica is really good. Yeah. You clean it with that, then all of a sudden the beating of the water's there. Well, it's like taking the minerals off the shower stall. And people go, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's, and again, I think it's so important. And I mean, because how many people really do, I think when, for instance, the ceramic coating, I think they know what it is, but do they understand what it really does, or how you really take care of it? I think it's just one of those things where it's like that shiny toy, you know what I mean? That's on the shelf and they know it's cool and it's going to look good, but what is that going to really do for me? So I think it's very cool to have analogies like that. I got to start thinking of my own, or maybe I'll just use yours.
Yeah, go for it. Anybody use it, I don't care. But, I mean, show them a cross section of a ceramic coating over paint. Yeah, I mean, there's pictures all over the internet. You can look at scanning electron microscope. As far as the surface of a paint is actually very rough looking at like 1000x or 5000x or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, there's pictures of like a ceramic coating over that, and it looks much smoother and it looks harder, which a little bit harder, but just talk to them about hardness.
Yeah, because they say paint looks like hills and valleys, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
Underneath like a microscope, which that's always kind of baffled me.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, absolutely. I know somebody was saying this chat is popping off. I think there's a couple questions. I'm going to get to the questions really quick before I forget, because I have done this before. So Ron says, Tim, what do you use to get scum off of the hull? This boat spends the summer on a lake in Maine. Do you have something or suggestion for that?
Something that's really easy and it works really great is Simple Green.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Simple Green is fantastic. It comes in a concentrated bottle. You can, dilute it down 1 to 10 or whatever, or you can just get the ready to use, but it helps a lot. And I actually mix that into, a bucket when I do RVs and that too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Simple Green, I think it's under my sink right now that I think about it, although I don't deal with lots of scum or anything like that. But okay, that makes a lot of sense. Simple Green.
Yep.
Okay. Westcat would like to know, did you get vacationers that come to Myrtle Beach to get their vehicle detailed?
Actually, yes.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple months ago, there was a, what was it? Honda Accord, kind of a beige one. And she waits till she comes down here and has me do it each time.
Oh, wow. That's really kind of cool.
She don't really want to go anywhere else. And it's like, okay. I pick it up and they stay on the beach at some hotel or condo or whatever. And I just go there, leave my car there, pick it up, drive it, do it in the shop, drive it back for them. So
very cool. So is you, oh my goodness. Shame on my language right now. Do you have a shop then? Is it just at home, like out of your garage, or do you have? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't want to jack up my prices and pay for, lease or whatever, like some people do. And I don't need that. It's like, I'm 64, it's like 64 going on 30 pretty much. Sometimes.
Well, man, 64, you look good, Tim, for being 64.
Yeah. Yeah, not too bad.
Oh. Do you feel good? Do you still feel like you can give detailing another 10, 20 years? What do you think?
As long as I can take steroids. I get pretty sore once in a while, but
I can imagine.
Kind of weather dependent, but I'm working on it. It's getting better.
Yeah. One more question that I had here before I forget. Have you detailed any celebrity vehicles or any famous athletes' vehicles? David would like to know.
No athletes. Celebrities, world-renowned comedians, James Stevens III. He owns the Asher Theater. Actually, I run the big soundboard for the Motown show and stuff like that. And yes, some people, but not a whole lot. Yeah.
Paul is saying, strengthen those tendons. I know a guy.
Yep.
That's hilarious. That is absolutely cool. Man, 64. And I'm not saying that's old at all, but I hope that I am still up and around and, as physical and active as you are at 64.
Yeah, you got to keep moving. If you stop moving, you stop moving.
Yep, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. All right, so let's talk chemicals. I know that this was a question that you said maybe Conway or somebody had asked you. So let's talk about them. What are your top, if you could only choose 3 chemicals that are your favorite chemicals, like these are yours, what would they be and why?
Oh boy.
Is that hard?
Really tough. It's impossible to put it down to 3, but it's got to be that Fine Lab A50 heavy cutting compound. It's got to be Phoenix COD, fabulous finishing polish. And after that, I love Titan, but Immortal is a heck of a easy wonderful ceramic coating to put on that a lot of people should be upgrading their customers to.
Okay.
So if I had to pick 3, it'd probably be those 3.
Okay. And Frostbite is saying, let's talk more about the ceramic spray coating. And I'm guessing that he's talking about Immortal. And, I have Immortal. I've never used it. Let's go back to what you were saying, though, in terms of your application. So you spray it on a towel, on a microfiber, and then?
Yeah, I don't spray it on an applicator. I spray it on a towel. You just fold it into 4s, and I just spray 1/4 of it, 3, 4, 5, 6 sprays on it.
Okay.
And a couple sprays on the panel. And then I just spread it, get rainbows, and I do half of the vehicle, and then when I'm at the back half, I'll stop, I'll grab a different towel, and then I'll level it and wipe it off with the second towel and just go down the side of the vehicle, and then just continue on. And
you do this in the heat? Because I know you're...
Yeah. I did it today. Full sun on a white Jeep. No problem. I can do it on black paint, no problem. No streaking at all. And here's the thing with Immortal is it's not expensive.
Yeah, it's not.
And you're going to get 15, 20 cars or more out of a bottle. And I don't know the exact price of it, and I don't want to say, but isn't it around $60 or something? And don't quote me at all.
Yeah.
It could be a little more, it could be a little less, depending on the size of the bottle. But so the cost per vehicle is very, very inexpensive. It's an amazing upgrade for everybody.
So slick, and this is, my mind is like, you do half of the car at a time.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. So I'll start on the back panel on the passenger side, and I'll work my way up the side door. I'll do the top, and then the front fender. And then as soon as I'm done applying it to the front fender, I take a different towel, go to where I started. Okay. And then just keep wiping up the side of the vehicle. And then I'll do the hood and the front bumper and down the other side of the vehicle. And then come back, start wiping off the hood and the top and the other side of the vehicle. Do the back and done.
Wow.
And there's no problems doing that because
it's not
Ford Ranger, and 2 years later it was still on.
Wow.
So you don't need to do it other ways. It's super quick and easy. It's just as easy as spraying on Titan almost.
Wow.
I'm
gonna have to try it. Chris is saying, what kind of upcharge should someone expect to get on something like Immortal?
Well, yeah, money. That's interesting.
A question. Right? Because it's not
on my website. I have it $400.
Okay.
People could charge a little less, a little more. Some people in the area. One guy is a half mile from me. He's way more expensive than I am.
Okay.
And he charges, well over $1,000 for that. So, yeah.
And you sell it as a 1 year? Do you sell it that way?
Yes.
Like a 1 year?
If they garage their vehicle a lot, then I show them the picture of the Ranger that I did. And 2 years later, I show them the pictures of the water beading. And the guy never touched it. He never put anything on it.
Wow.
So just washes it with Apex because I'm an authorized distributor of Phoenix EOD products.
Yeah, nice.
He just washes it with Apex. That's all he's done to it for 2 years.
That's
and it's still beating water. So yeah.
Adama would like to know, and this is a good question, how long does it last once it's open? And do you just store it in a cool, dry place? Do you put it in the freezer? What do you do with this?
Yeah. I put it actually, I keep it in the house in a cupboard.
Okay.
I have a special cupboard for all my ceramics and my chemicals to mix Tim Siglass together, which we should give away really soon.
Yes, I know. You guys, we've been on for almost 40 minutes. It doesn't even feel like that. We will do a giveaway and we will talk about it. One more question I think Ghost has. Do you do this? Do you use Immortal without a polishing step, correct situation? Are you doing it just with, how are you applying?
Immortal with either a 2-step or a 1-step or a paint enhancement or no polishing. Like for instance, the guy I did, he's got a brand new Porsche, brand new Mercedes AMG, They got the white Jeep and a white Ram. Well, it didn't need polishing. He didn't want them polished. He didn't want to pay for the polishing. He wanted them cleaned really well.
Yeah.
And then the ceramic coating. So on the Porsche, I put on, the 7-year ceramic coating, and on the Mercedes AMG. Okay. But on the pickup, he wanted the 1 year. And then on the white Jeep I did today, he wanted the 1 year. So I cleaned the paint really well, purified the paint. I put Peely's panel prep on it, went over it really, really good. It was smooth as butter. And I sprayed on Immortal, and yep, that's what he wanted. And that's what I did.
Okay. So Ghost is asking, is the 400 with or without a polishing step? And I think Sock just said it's without polishing. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So you charge a little more than if you're going to do a correction or a enhancement.
Yeah. And nice thing about it too is you can put it on the Carfax report.
Oh, okay.
People love that.
Yeah.
Chronos and Immortal.
Yeah.
You just send the email and the information, the year, mileage, VIN.
Yeah.
Send it into info@phoenixeod.com. And I've been filling up their mailbox with.
That's amazing. And you guys, what's even more amazing is Immortal is on the House of Rags originally for $59.99, but right now it's on sale for $39.99. What, like,
guys, come on.
Yes. I'm thinking, yes. Okay.
You gotta like this. You gotta like this podcast. You gotta follow Kristi Details and me on YouTube.
And Shine Your Light. Don't forget.
Yep, Shine Your Light Detailing YouTube. Detailing Made Simple.
Yes.
Doc, he's going to be here. We got a few things planned coming up. So yeah.
Yeah, I
can't. Let's do a giveaway. Come on.
Yes,
we waited too long.
Let's do it. Okay, so we have Tim's High Gloss Detailer. We will talk about it, but let's do a giveaway right off the bat. Let's see. Chat. Get ready. Get your fingers ready to type. I know some of y'all are raring to go. Okay. Ooh, I have a good one. Let's see if you're listening. So Tim was talking about when he used to detail with his dad using turtle wax. What was the make and model of the truck? I believe it was a truck. Car.
Yeah.
Not car. It's a car. What is the make and model of the car, of his dad's car, that he would detail with the turtle wax?
Good one.
I don't.
Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah. Good
this
wash.
one?
Good wash detail. Okay, this is lower 48.
Yep, lower 48. Thank you.
good wash detail is if he's in the lower 48.
Yes, you got it. Ford Galaxy 500, correct?
Well, if you want to get
I want
the number, yeah, it's up to you, really.
Perfect. Nope. I say Good Wash has it. So Good Wash, if you will email KaylinTorres82@gmail.com and let me know that you won Tim's High Gloss Detailer, then I will make sure to get that to you. So let's talk about it a little bit. You know, I don't have any more. Mine is all gone. It works great in the sun. When I first got into the industry and got into this whole, ordeal, I believe it was Eddie, I want to say, who sent me one of yours, and I need to order more. So let's talk about it. How did you come up with this? And let's talk about how great it is, because again, in the sun, it's chef's kiss.
Yes.
Literally.
Absolute necessity.
Yeah.
So like 6 years ago or whatever, you do a vehicle, you do a correction, and you put on a ceramics sealant, didn't matter which one, and there'd be some streaking and stuff left over.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't do all that work all day on a vehicle and leave a car streaky and give it back to the customer that way. Just can't do it. There's got to be another way. And, I'm into innovation and all that stuff. And I just thought, oh gosh, do I gotta, I'm retired. Do I really gotta develop stuff? Like, okay, I can't turn the brain off, so it's like, okay. So I kind of did some research and got some chemicals together and, put it together and kind of hit it almost right away. And it's like, okay, cool. And actually, I've got an Instagram video. If you scroll back on my Instagram, you'll see where I put it on scorching hot black paint. I couldn't hold my hand on it for like a split second It was 97 degrees, full sun, 1 p.m. The heat index was 122 degrees. So just saturated, hot, scorching paint. And I sprayed it on, wiped it off, perfect clarity.
And like nothing.
Nothing.
That's amazing. And where do you bottle this at your home?
Yeah. I mix it in the kitchen.
You literally in the kitchen sink, and the labels and everything you do yourself, the bottles, it's all done by you?
Yeah. I do everything. I put every label on. I screw on every sprayer. I put tape around here so it doesn't come off during shipping or whatever. It doesn't loosen up and all that. Do all the packing, everything myself. Yeah, nobody helps me.
Okay, so and it's shineyourlightdetailing.com.
Yep.
Is that what it is? Okay, so I'm going to put this up here, guys. If you are interested in checking out Tim's high gloss detailer, please go to shineyourlightdetailing.com and give it a try. I'm telling you, it is an absolute necessity when you are in the sun.
Yeah. And inside of windshields, perfect clarity. They can be all, got that thin film and all that stuff in the inside of the windshields.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Fine mist, like you put perfume on or whatever.
Yeah.
Just a couple on the windshield.
You don't advertise really, right? It's just kind of word of mouth.
I don't want to start a big corporation. I just don't.
Someone's asking what the durability is. There's not really longevity in it.
Well, there's some synthetic wax in it, but there's no longevity, very minimal.
Yeah.
We're talking weeks.
Yeah. This is,
it's a detailer. Over the last year, several other companies came out with them. And I think Lightning, that's one of them. I was up at Phil Miranda's house. We did a video and we compared it to someone else's that was supposed to be the bomb. And Phil and we did it side by side, and there's left streaks. Mine didn't. We have video.
Yeah.
And I used mine to get the streaks out of the other Dream product,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, it's made with love, enthusiast. I totally agree. Corey is saying that's how Nick started Yum, right? In the kitchen, because that's all you need, right?
Yeah, I don't need anything else. It's all good. And I also to save on shipping costs, because I used to ship out, people would order a gallon of it, and I'd ship out a gallon. It's like, this is ridiculous. So I just mix up a small bottle of a concentrate, and then they just pour it into a gallon of distilled water.
Wow.
And you can dilute it 50 to 1, 100 to 1, 5 to 1, 2 to 1, whatever. And you can use it as a drying aid.
Yeah.
Really good as a drying aid. Clay lube, windshields, the screen on your cell phone. The screen gets all full of smeary.
Yeah.
Just one spray on a microfiber, just go like that. You won't see anything on your cell phone.
Oh, I got to get some more. Definitely do. Thank you.
And you can dilute it big time. So I mean, if you get like a quart bottle or whatever, you can make a gallon out of it, or 5 gallons, or however you want to use it.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so we've been on about 48 minutes. I am going to respect your time because I know you are 3 hours different, so it's late. Do you mind? Let's do the product of the week really quick, and then we'll get back to some questions. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
All right, here we go, guys. Product of the week. All right. I don't know if any of you have tried Ragnarok, excuse me, but man, I know you've tried it, Tim. What did you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I got a YouTube video. You guys can go watch it if you like. I think it's great. I sprayed it on, sprayed it off. Most of the dirt came off with just no contact. Did a contact after that, like the YouTube video shows. Came out great.
Yeah,
Love it.
you know, there are a lot of good products on the market right now, but you know, and I shouldn't say there's not a lot that just blow me away, but you know, there's a lot of good products. There are bangers, but man, those products that just like make your mind, this is what that product was. Like that doesn't happen too often where it's just like, wow, literally magical.
Yeah, and it's needed because you know you don't want to use something with hydrofluoric or hydrochloric or anything like that, and you want it to be safe, you want it to be effective. Well, there's ways to do that. You know, you just experiment and develop and market it. You know, get it out there, and stuff's fantastic. I just used it today in the tape.
Yeah, it is so good. And KRIS, honestly, that's a very good question because I don't think I know the answer to that. If Jamie or Eddie are still in the chat, if you could give us the pH, I mean, it's acidic, so it's on the lower end. I just don't really know what it is. That's a very good question. You know, I've used some acidic products before, and I'll tell you, I burned the crap out of my dad's wheel. It's been a couple months. Well, no, it's been more, probably last summer. Gosh, time flies. It's probably been a year ago now, but burned the crap using an acidic, on his wheels. So I've always been afraid since then to use, acidic cleaner. But there's just something different about it. I don't know if it's the surfactants that are in it. It's just different.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like Eddie says, it hits different.
It does. It slaps. It hits different. All of those things, right?
Exactly.
I mean, but seriously though, if you have not tried it, speaking of new products though, you have been testing a new tire dressing, Finrear. Is that how you say it? Finrear?
Yeah. How do you pronounce that?
I really don't know. How do you pronounce it? Finrear? I don't know.
I've never heard that word before in my life.
No, it's a mystical wolf.
Apparently, I had to research it. I had no idea.
Chat GPT. I'm like, what is Finrear? Okay, John Weber saying Finrear. It's like, okay, I hear you guys. Thank you for that. What do you think about it? Oh, Karen's in there. Finrear. Okay, because it looked pretty awesome.
The words get put out there quite a bit, and it kind of dilutes the meaning. But the detailing industry really needs to stand up and pay attention to this. Because if you go to my YouTube video, real short ones, like less than 3 minutes, I spread it on. I put just a tiny bit on the applicator. It did the entire tire. And I looked at it really close. It's like, wait a second. I think this is dry. And I brought the cell phone in really close, and I rubbed it with my finger, and the lighting was just right. You can see, if you look at the video, you can see where I was rubbing it, it wasn't moving.
Wow.
Nothing was moving. It was dry already. I was blown away.
Yeah, I saw that too. And it seemed like it spread so easily, which I love.
Yeah. Pans is great. Pan spreads really easy. Actually, on my white car, I've got Finrear on the 2 driver's tires and Pan's tire dressing on the 2 passenger tires.
Yeah, that's how mine is too. Always something different on everything.
Yeah, so I'm going to do some longer term testing and see how they look. They look moderately similar, but not quite. But I mean, they both dry quick. But the collab between House of Rags and Phoenix COD that stuff's amazing. I know it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
And I hope a lot of people get a chance to either think about it or buy it, or it's their choice.
Yeah. But I don't know the durability. Do you? I don't know what the claim is. I know Aaron's in the house. Maybe Aaron can speak up on that. Conway, I have no idea. I would love to try it. KRIS is saying, is it thin enough to be sprayed? That's a good question. What do you think, Tim?
Not quite.
Not quite. Okay.
It's thicker than pans.
Okay.
Because I poured it into the applicator, it pretty much stayed on top of the applicator, the foam.
Okay.
And then I poured pans into a separate applicator to do the passenger side, and it went right down into the foam.
Aaron says 1,000,000 years. Right?
Well, I'm going to find out. I mean, I'm not going to touch these tires.
Yeah.
So,
and it is water-based, correct?
Correct. Yes. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. And
this is going to change things a lot.
Yeah, I was on Curmudgeon's Corner for a little bit on Saturday, Aaron's podcast, and they were talking about it, and word on the street is it's going to be at the top of its game when it absolutely and finally comes out. Now, I've been stuck on Guardian. Have you used Guardian, Detail Co's Guardian?
I have not yet.
That's what I have been stuck on. That's another great one. If you have not tried it, you need to try it. If anybody hasn't tried Guardian, that's one that I think people are sleeping on from Detail Co. Pans is great too, but I am excited to try Finware because I am a big wheels girl. Like, to me, if the wheels do not look good, the car doesn't look good. I don't care how polished it is. I don't care how the paint looks. I don't care. If those wheels aren't dialed in, the car looks like crap. That is just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So,
right. And for the people that are looking for an extremely low sheen on tire dressing, Co DIVA tire dressing.
Okay. I haven't tried any of theirs.
It doesn't spread as much. You got to use a good share of product, but it's a low to not even a medium sheen. Actually, I have a quick little video on it on YouTube. And so if you're looking for a very, very low sheen, because there are some customers that don't want much, they just want a dark tire.
Yeah.
So Co DIVA would be great. Yep.
Yeah. Are you a glossy tire guy, Tim, or do you prefer the sheen?
No, kind of medium.
Yeah.
But medium. Yep. I always ask what the customers want. So I have 2 different ones with me all the time. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I am, it's weird. When I first got into this game, I really did not like a glossy tire, but more and more, a little bit more gloss is kind of growing on me. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I do like when wheels and tires just pop. And sometimes I think a little more gloss just makes some tires, not all, but some just look a little better. Now, is this Finware, can you add more or less to make it more glossy or less? Have you done that kind of testing yet? I'm curious.
Well, you can't add more because that's how it comes. But actually, somebody put it on 1-to-1. They diluted it 1-to-1, and it looked really great on the tires.
Okay.
And apparently, that's why it says dual action on the label on this experiment bottle.
Okay.
You can dilute it 1-to-5 and use it on interiors.
Okay, so it is okay.
Yeah.
So that is what the dual action means, is that it can be interior or.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. That's very cool. I don't know when it's supposed to drop. Do you, Aaron? Do you know when it's supposed to drop on Thor? I'll be looking for it.
Yep. He's got to get it out soon. It is actually coming out soon.
Yeah.
I think it's sometime early this month, but hopefully you'll chime in here.
Yeah.
And
drop. We all need to know.
Yeah. Definitely.
Definitely. Drop and price point. I'm wondering what price point might look like. So again, Aaron, if you're in here, give us some more deets. We need the details.
Yep.
While we are waiting for Aaron to give us a little details, hopefully I'm going to do another giveaway. What do you say? Absolutely. I would like to give away Ragnarok to a lucky winner. So I'll make this kind of easy, or I'll try to make this easy. Let's see. What was the last video that Tim posted on his YouTube channel? The very last video he did, I think he posted it 4 days ago. Let's make sure I remember. What was it about? So the last video that he posted, what was it about? Oh, I think Chris M got it. Oh, wait. Yep. Tire dressing. Will we accept that? It was about Finware. Is that the first one? I think it is, Chris M. You got it.
Yeah.
So you won yourself a bottle. Yep, there you go. Of Ragnarok. Please email once again. Oh, not shine your light. Sorry. Email me, KaylinTorres82@gmail.com, Chris, and let me know you won Ragnarok, and I will get that to you. That wheel wash is absolutely amazing. You know what? Let's do one more. Let's give away one more.
Cool.
I'm in a good mood. How about you, Tim? One more?
Go for it.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay, so Tim said that he worked for or as a military electrician, and he gave us a year in which that began. What year did he start working as a military engineer? Sorry, yes.
Okay.
Did I say electrician? What did I say?
It's all good.
I'm sorry. Oh, look. Oh, God, they go so quick.
Ghost.
So quick. Okay, Ghost.
Ghost nailed it right away.
It was Ghost.
Oh
You were right. 1981.
Just beat out Wes.
Yes, and I think, man, they were quick.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost, yep. I believe you have my email. If not, please write it down and make sure you let me know that you run Ragnarok, and I will get that to you. Gosh, I can't speak tonight. Ragnarok. Did I say that right?
As far as I know.
Words here. Congratulations. Oh, Chris, let's see. It wasn't supposed to win, so they're doing another giveaway. I'm just feeling.
So,
I'm ready.
So, so it's going to be interesting with Sock living really close.
Yeah. What are you guys gonna do? What are your plans?
Well, that's kind of what I was alluding to. Is first of all, he's a great guy.
Yes.
And he stayed at my house, and other than, a close relative, I haven't had anyone stay at my house in like 25 years.
You had a sleepover. Slumber party.
Yeah, no. No, he leaves his rim jobs to the cars.
You almost made me spit out my drink.
That would have been great. I never met the guy, but I talked to him frequently and all that stuff. I trust him. I mean, you can tell when a person's a good person. Yes, it's like, hey, you need a place to stay, is watching the money, and I get that, getting another house. So, but I mean, we get along really great on camera, but even better off camera, because on camera I'm just like deer in the headlights. It's pathetic. I do more YouTube videos, but I'm too embarrassed about myself. But
you shouldn't be. You do great.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm getting at, is between me and Sock, when we do videos, I mean, he's so intelligent. He asks great questions, lays out the product really, really well. So if he's talking about it, I'll demo it, or we interact and all that stuff. I mean, it's fantastic. It works great.
Yeah.
So I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better. You couldn't ask for a nicer guy. And I'm happy to help him, get his house and stuff like that. And we've got quite a few things that we'd like to do. So yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah. And I was telling you earlier, I really do feel like it's such a great, you guys just really compliment each other on camera. You can just see, the good vibes that are happening inside the garage. So will you guys be spending more time in your garage or his garage?
Whoever has the air conditioning. I got the air now, so yeah, he's got to get air, or else it's 10 minutes max.
Okay, Chris. Tim and Sock applying tire dressing together like the pottery scene from the movie Ghost. Oh, come on, Chris.
Oh my God.
No, it is a great collaboration though, and I am excited to see what you guys will do now that you guys are next to each other. I have Sock is such a funny guy. He's hilarious. He has such a sense of humor. So I have a feeling some of your videos, you guys are going to do some cool stuff. I'm excited.
Yeah. Big time. Yeah. We're actually, when he moves down here, we're doing a 3-month update on Co DIVA signature wax.
Nice.
We did a 2-step correction on a beige Cadillac, and I just saw it a few days ago. That thing looks amazing.
Yeah.
So we're going to check it out for durability and water beading and all that stuff. So we'll do a follow-up video on it.
Yeah, that is very, very cool. So let's talk about, just really quickly, I know, again, we've been on for a little over an hour. And again, I want to respect your time. But let's kind of talk about some advice that you would give someone looking to get into you again this industry. You've been here for a long time. You've seen some changes. What would you tell somebody to, today? Yes, you need to get into this industry, and what does that conversation look like, Tim?
Okay. Just kind of what I mentioned to Will, the 16-year-old that I'm mentoring.
Okay.
Is, you always hear, like, in school and college and through your life, you hear, well, follow your dream and all this stuff. And, that's great, but do what fascinates you. If paint correction fascinates you, go for it. Ceramic coating fascinates you, go for it. That's more important than just, the typical phrase that you usually hear that every middle school, student, like, whoa, oh, geez. Got all excited. Every middle school student hears, a phrase, and there's a couple of them out there. But if you're fascinated by something, that's going to lead you.
I like that. Do you still feel fascinated about detailing? Are you still as into it today as you were 48 years ago?
More, definitely more.
Definitely more.
In fact, the guy that I did the Jeep for, his name's Buddy. He, I was looking over the car afterwards because I always do an inspection afterwards.
Okay.
Go over that vehicle with a fine tooth comb with your eyes, scan for anything. And he goes, I can really tell you take pride in your work. And that was so nice of him to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like 78 years old, and he drives a brand new Porsche 911 and all that. So
yeah. Now, do you have kids, Tim?
Yep. I have a daughter. She's 38.
Okay. Was she ever into detailing with you? Did you get her in the garage?
Not really. No, it's not her thing.
No.
Really. So no.
And do you detail yours or your wife's cars on a regular? Is that?
Yeah, definitely. I do mine all the time.
Yeah.
I
do have a beautiful car behind you. Let's talk about it real quick. That's a GT. Tell me again what it is.
It's a Shelby GT 500.
Shelby GT 500. It's a beautiful color.
Shelby Mustang. It's a 2011, and it still smells brand new. I bought it a year ago with 4,200 miles on it.
Wow.
I know. It just turned 7,500 miles on it 2 days ago.
So do you drive it? Is this like your daily driver, or does this sit in the garage?
It's not my daily driver. I drive it once or twice a week. I'm definitely afraid of door dents.
Oh, okay.
If I have to go to a parking lot, it's got to be strategically parked or forget it.
Yeah. Chris wants to know, is it a V6?
No, it's a supercharged V8 with around 600 horsepower.
Oh, did you hear that, Chris?
Yeah, it'll throw you back.
It gets down the road.
Yeah.
Did you name it? Do you have a name for it? Do you call it anything sweet?
I usually do name my cars.
Not this one?
I haven't yet. It's Grabber Blue, so call it Grabber, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's definitely beautiful. How fast have you gone in that thing? What have you hit?
I probably shouldn't say.
Oh, well, we won't tell.
Well, in Mexico, you can go pretty much any speed, and on the Autobahn, so yeah, up there, pretty good. Just for a few seconds, just like, okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's around.
Bert just says if you rev it, $10 of gas is gone.
Yeah, well, at 60 miles an hour, I get 29 miles a gallon. So, because the RPMs are extremely low on it.
Yeah.
And but if you put your foot in it, you're gonna, take money out of the wallet. Yep.
There you go. Conway says you need to set up YouTube, maybe an OG drag race. Wouldn't that be something? That would be.
That would be cool. Actually, at the near the end of the month on the 19th, Aaron's coming down, and
Oh yeah, I heard him talk about that.
yep. And also some other people coming. Rick's going to be here. Obviously, Sock is going to be here. You know, we're going to have a bio bomb demonstration maybe. So, you know, maybe somebody will eat some smelly food, and we'll have to, you know, see how it clears out the air.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's going to be called SOAR, SOAR, and Restore. And you can go to Aaron's Instagram, Facebook, you know, possibly YouTube post or whatever. But yeah, we'll get together. I'm going to make award-winning chili, and yeah, I'm going to go bum around and see the area. And I've actually affectionately called it, you know, Soar and More Soar.
Soar and more soar. Do you guys, good question. Chris wants to know if you plan on filming some content. Will that be something that we'll get to see? Maybe some vlogs or some live?
Yep, definitely.
Stuff going on?
Yes. Eric of Charleston Detail.
Nice.
He's going to be here. He's just like less than an hour and a half, 2 hours away, if that.
Yeah.
So he's going to be here. Keeve is going to be here.
Nice.
Yeah, Christian from BioBombs, he's going to be here.
Wow, what a great group of people. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's going to be cool. Yep. Yeah. Pretty quick. So I got to paint the garage, I think, if I have time.
Yeah.
You know, clean up the house a little bit and stuff. But yeah, we're going to have a great time.
Yeah. John wants to know how many rim jobs will be filmed. I don't know. We got to talk to Sock about that. That's
Sock's deal. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. I know Kimberly says we need a live late night fire chat. I agree. I want to hear all the conversation. That'll be really cool, man. I'll tell you what, we've been on for about an hour and 15 minutes, and I have loved every minute of this. This was so much fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Time went by quick too.
Yes. And I'd like to give away another bottle of Tim's High Glass Detailer, but I need to have the name and address. They need to just send me like a Instagram message or something like that.
Okay. Or they can
send it to.
Yeah, or they can send it to me and then I can forward it to you. Either way, that might be the easiest way.
Yeah, do it that way. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's do another high gloss detailer. Let's see. Question. Now I have to come up with a question off the top of my head. Let me see here. Okay. How old did Tim say he was when he started detailing? I think he gave 2 ages. This or
yeah.
So I'll go with. Well, let's see. Let's see if they were listening.
Actually, when I really started, I think Frostbite got it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of a totally different answer.
Yeah, I mean, I barely did it when I was 12 or 13, but you can't really count that.
Okay. You did say 16 as well, so you want to give it
16, I really got into it, so that would be the local guy one.
The local guy.
Frostbite.
I love it. Thank you, local guy, for even being here. That's amazing. You can email me, Frostbite, I'm sure, or I don't know if he knows how to get a hold of you.
He does. I'll just leave it on my front porch and he can pick it up.
Oh, so he is that local.
Yeah, actually, he picked up a bottle of Titan just a couple days ago.
Very nice. I love it. Oh my goodness. Aaron says 676. I do have to say, one of the best things about these live podcasts are the chats. The chats are amazing. I love how everybody it's awesome. I love it.
Oh, they're great people, And
it just makes it so much fun, and even better when we have fun people on. So again, I thank you so much. I know it's late and you were willing to stay up with me tonight. So I totally appreciate for that. This was absolutely amazing.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you so much. And
Thank
to
you.
everybody else in the chats, happy Monday. Again, thank you for being here with me tonight, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I will see you guys on the next one.
Yep, hit the thumb, everybody, before you go. And
Yes,
thank you.
please do. Smash that like. Go to Shine Your Light Detailing. If you have not been there on YouTube, please subscribe to his channel. Go to shineyourlightdetailing.com and pick yourself up some of his high gloss detailer. You will not regret it. Get on the houseofrags.com, and don't forget that Immortal is $39.99. I am blown away by that price. Get yourself some today. I really am going to try with your technique. Half the car microfiber. I'm doing this, and if I have any problems, I'm calling you, Tim.
Okay. You'll be fine.
Yes. So thank you again, guys, and have a great night.
Okay, take care, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.